Hello, everyone, and welcome to the RSC Twos League Season 4 wrap-up show. I am Tuxedo Marks, and with me we have Strut. Welcome, Strut. How are you doing today, bud?
Man, just excited to watch get this stream going and say a shout out to all these champions and all stars and good luck in that balloting and also coming into next season. As we're gonna get started, go ahead.
Yeah, so we're even though I'm interrupting him right now, I'm gonna let Strut announce our first champions. But I wanted to go over quickly our format for this in case anyone's not used to our wrap-up shows. Basically, we're gonna go tier by tier. Starting with the contender tier and working our way up to the premier tier. And we're going to reveal the champions, which are public knowledge, kind of celebrate the rosters and the franchises that won in each tier. And then we'll move on to revealing the all-stars and the MVPs. And then we will go back and go through each tier one by one like that and just kind of celebrate each tier's accomplishments tier by tier. And then when we're done with that, we will reveal the franchise of the season and the GM of the season results. And that'll basically wrap it up. Me and Strut will talk a little bit and just kind of discuss the league and discuss just, everyone's success and whatnot, and like kind of highlight the positives of the season. All right, Strut, you ready? We'll reveal the contender champions, and I'll let you take that over.
This season in RSC Season 4 contender champions was the Snickerdoodles, captained by Charlie Harley, and his two minions were Impact Reaps and Ethereal Doom. I know that I was Ethereal Doom's GM. I know he's a hard worker, and I know he worked really hard with Charlie and Donald, and Donald finally found a team that he could coach. Congratulations, guys. Going down to the contender all-stars. We have for the Snickerdoodles, Charlie Harley, and Impact Reaps, as well as Slow Low 24 for the Dodo Birds, and Salvation for the Benchwarmers. Congratulations, guys. You are the contender RSC Season 4 All-Stars. Going into MVPs. Overall, Salvation from the Benchwarmers was your contender MVP for RSC Season 4. Congratulations, Salvation.
Yeah, congrats to him. That's considering he had two other All-Stars from the championship team to go up against. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it was really well played, guys. Congratulations to everybody.
All right, and moving on to prospect. One sec. Fuck up. Hold on. Doing on the fly. Why is it? Okay? One sec. Doing my on the fly stuff real quick because I don't ever set up properly.
Prospect, right, Tux?
Yeah, I'm stupid and didn't set up my screens right. All right. So I want to be able to show. All right. Got prospect up. All right. So our prospect season 4 champions were the C4 of the Bomb Squad franchise. We had the captain, Iluro Bear, with Kazlian and Ant Society backing them up. This is Frosty Brews franchise, and Taslian and Happy Hour are the AGMs, so congrats to them. Excellent season. Obviously, it's always fun to win a championship, and I mean, what else can you say? Congrats to them, and yeah. So then, with that, we will move on to the Prospect All Stars, and that for the Solar franchise. For the Solar tier, Solar Conference, we have Ant Society. Okay, Anthage, I see you. Ant Society and Ilura Bear from the C4 representing Solar. And then we had Just Your Daddy from Blue Moon and NGU Ice from the Raiders representing Lunar. So congrats to them. Your 4 best players in Prospect as voted on by their peers, which to me is kind of like the most you can ask for, right? Your peers are the ones who saw the most and they thought you were the best. So congrats to those 4. And then for our Prospect MVPs, we have Ilura Bear representing the Solar Conference, Cetisim representing the Lunar Conference, a bit of a little upset coming out of nowhere. And the overall Prospect MVP will be Just Your Daddy from Blue Moon. So congrats to them. Congrats to Just Your Daddy for taking overall. That's an impressive achievement for sure. All right, so congrats to everyone. And then with that, we're moving on to our Challenger champions. And Strut, I'll let you take that one away.
RSC Season 4 Challenger champions with the Lycans, the mythical franchise, ran by Nebulade and AGM Hawkish and Tuxedo Marks. Captaining that team, Just Laban, with Suxe and Rengisud, however you guys want to pronounce that.
Renji SW.
Renji SW. My apologies. Congratulations, guys, for winning the championship. Moving on to our All-Stars. Going into the Solar, Just Laban from the Lycans in the mythical franchise. He is the All-Star, as well as Witha from Dynamite from the Bomb Squad franchise. He will be your All-Star for the Challengers. On the other side of Lunar, Moist Games with Moose Tracks and Don Vion with Strix from the Brigade.
Birdcage.
Birdcage. I am so sorry. I got to get my eyes checked there, Tux. Getting old.
You're getting old, Strut.
Yeah, I am. Congratulations, guys, on your Challenger All-Star bid. And moving down to the MVPs for Challenger. From the Solar was from the Lycans, Just Laban. And from the Lunar, Don Yvonne from the Birdcage. We got it right this time. And your overall MVP will be Just Laban from the Lycans. Congratulations, guys. Job well done. Put in a great season. And I'm sure that your GMs are proud of you guys.
All right. And with that, just want to shout out my boy Just Laban real quick. Got me that championship. Appreciate it. Another successful season as an AGM who does nothing in this league. So thank you to everyone who... to Neb and Hawkish for carrying, and Laban for being a stud, and that whole team for getting me a ship despite me being lazy. And with that, we were going to move on to the rival tier champions. We had the Griffins from the Birdcage. This will be Blizzy, Cobb, and a Hot Jackson representing the Birdcage. That franchise is run by Quan, Blizzy, and Bosco. And Quan, another GM who gets carried every season. So, I mean, we'll see if that carries over to threes since he's stepping down in twos this season to run a threes franchise. I hope that it doesn't carry over and he doesn't get carried in threes. And maybe I can finally win a championship in the threes league. We'll see. With that, we're moving on to the rival all-stars. For the solar tier, we have Rizzo's adopted kid from the Napalm, the Real Dub from the Daring D's, and then for the lunar conference, we have Braybomb 02 from Rocky Road and Blizzy from the Griffins. Congrats to you four. That's just great job. I mean, it's always good to see a player on the championship roster get an all-star. And then our rival MVPs, we have Happy Hour of the Napalm representing Solar. And then we have Blizzy from the Griffins representing the Lunar tier. And then our overall MVP is Braybomb 02 from the Rocky Road. A bit of an interesting MVP list, Strut. We've got the Solar MVP is not even an all-star. And then the overall Lunar MVP didn't end up taking, neither of the conference MVPs took the overall MVP. You don't see
that's very interesting.
Yeah, pretty unusual. But congrats to everyone. Congrats to Braybomb. Congrats to Blizzy. Congrats to Happy Hour for taking it. That's a great work from y'all this season. And with that, hand it back off to Strut for the veteran tier awards.
Congratulations for season 4 veteran champions, the Crack Seas, led by Jordan 1377. I know that kid puts in a lot of work. Great mechanics on him, with iDunk and Riddle as Margoyo and Humdigger, along with Skiller, running that franchise. Congratulations, guys, on your championship. Moving down to the All-Stars for the veteran All-Stars. Jordan for the Solar, for the Crack Seas, and Crypt RL for the Mighty Ducks. On the Underdogs franchise are the All-Stars for veteran. Lunar side is Soup with Cookie Dough and Sush with Cookie Dough, with the Cream de Bonte, which I believe is Donald's franchise. Congratulations, guys, on your all-star bid. Coming down to the MVPs for the veterans for season 4. On the Solar Conference, Typhoon 454. I've been in this league a long time, and I've watched this kid. He's come up. He's gotten a lot better than he used to be, and congratulations for that bid, as well as Lunar Soup on the other side with Cookie Dough, and the overall is Sush, his teammate, for the veteran MVP. Congratulations, guys, on your bids for MVPs.
Yeah, I just wanted to circle back real quick on the Typhoon thing. I mean, I have a personal connection to him being in my franchise and having him in my season last season, so... And just not even him. Like, you see Sush. I haven't seen Soup before, but you see a lot of these guys. They're grinding. Jordan was an all-star, and he was prospect not that long ago in the threes league. So it's crazy to see, some of these up-and-coming players hit a tier like veteran that can be quite a speed shift and still thrive. These guys are really working hard, and it's interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see where these guys end up. They're clearly putting in the work. And it'll be nice to see where all these guys end up in the next season or the season after that. Just see what their peaks could be.
I want to point something out. The next one is the last 3 were won by the same franchise.
Were they? Oh yeah, the Alphabet Soup has been on an absolute tear in terms of like franchise winning. So I mean. I don't want to say congrats to them because they've already kind of gotten the accolades, but, congrats to them. And speaking of, moving on to our Season 4 Elite Champions, we have the Brilliant Bees of Alphabet Soup. That'll be Drax, who I believe won Veteran last season. Maybe I'm mistaken. No, he was in the finals. He won Veteran in threes. So he's on a tear this season. One Veteran in threes the season before. Now he's winning Elite in twos, along with Skillar and Spike, or 5 Pike. I'm pretty sure it's Spike. And once again, that franchise is run by Markoyo, Humdinger, and Skillar. So congrats to them. That's a pretty incredible accomplishment. And, speaking of players on the rise, like Drax is a guy who made it to the finals and veteran in twos, one veteran last season, season 14 in threes, and now is winning elite in twos. So that's someone who's putting in the work. Sorry, Drake's. My bad. It reads a certain way. Sorry, Drakes. Dre XS? X. I don't know. Anyways, congrats. It's fun to see how these players are growing, like season, see some of these names keep popping back up. And just good to see it happen. And then our Elite All-Stars are going to be representing the Solar Conference. We have Noobs representing the Yokai with the Gyuki. We have Skillar from the Brilliant Bees. And then for Lunar, we have Snack Time and To Blister, both from Phoenix Arising of the Birdcage. So congrats to them.
Teblista.
Once again, don't say nice things about that guy. He'll let it go to his head, and we don't want that. He's already admin in threes, like his ego can only get so big. All right, so yeah, congrats to our Elite All-Stars for Season 4. And then we have our Season 4 Elite MVPs are going to be Silly Bunny from Solar with the Flint Tropics, Snack Time from the Lunar Conference with Phoenix Arising, and then overall will be Skillar from the Brilliant Bees. So thank God Snack Time did not win it. I don't think any of us could have handled the results of that. So congrats to Skillar. Thank you for saving us all from the absolute horror that would have been Snack Time overall MVP. But seriously, congrats to everyone. Silly Bunny, someone I've seen around Elite and threes, and I'm sure I assume MVP means he's going to Premier and he's gonna be killing in Premier next season. And I guess same goes for Snack Time and Skillar. So good luck to all of you. You guys are killing it. And then with that, I'll hand it off to Strut to finish it off with our Premier champions.
For the Premier Champions, the Amazing A's, the GM, Markoyo, Humdinger, and Skillar running that franchise, did a heck of a job with 3 champions there at the end there. And the 3 players, Fusion Bleach, Skullsy 9, and General Zippy, with their IR player, Ghosty, stepping out, but he'll get the trophy anyway. Congratulations, guys, on your championship. Well done. Moving on to the Premier All-Stars. It looks like from the Solar Conference, it would be Anti from the Corsairs and CJ from the Atomic from the Bomb Squad. So the Pirates of the Bomb Squad are represented as an All-Stars, as well as on the Lunar side, Toxic and Fusion Bleach from the Amazing A's, as well as Toxic with Basilisks from the Mystics. Congratulations, guys, on your All-Star bids. Moving on to the Premier MVPs. The overall MVP for Premier is going to be Anti from the Corsairs. Well done. Good job, guys. And what an excellent season for the Twos League this season.
Yeah. So that wraps up our tier coverage. I'm going to run back. Actually, I'll wait to do that. With that, we're going to announce the franchise of the season first. And I suppose I'll take that one on, and then Strut, you announce the GM of the season after that. So our franchise of the season will be the Birdcage with Quan as the GM with an overall record of 159 to 135, 5 out of 7 teams in playoffs, and 1 championship. They are your franchise of the season. An award that is both stat-based and voted on by the player base at large. So what can you say? It's sometimes, like a franchise can have multiple ships, but that's part of the nature of the voting and stat combo, So congrats to the Birdcage. You definitely earned it. Having a ship, having most of your teams make playoffs, that's nothing to see. That's a successful season. And then our GM of the season will be.
You probably want to announce this. No, you need to announce it. Yeah.
All right. Our GM of the season will be Quan of the Birdcage. He says they stepped down, so he didn't have to put his name up here anymore, which is pretty bold quote from our guy, but I guess he's earned it. Now we've seen his name twice. Congrats to Quan, both franchise of the season and GM of the season. So that's our seasonal awards. I want to go back and just really highlight our champions real quick before we wrap this thing up. Just to make, those are kind of like the All-Stars and the MVPs are fun, but for me, the franchise, the champion is really what this league is all about. We come here to play Rocket League. We come here to have fun, but also win games. So these are the players who really did the most. So I'm just going to kind of run through these real quick. So starting off, we have the contender champions, and that is the Snickerdoodles. That's Charlie Harley, Impact Reaps, and Ethereal Doom. Following that, we have the C4 from the Bond Squad. That is Iluro Bear, Tazlian, and Ant Society. Our Chally champions were the Lycans of Mythical. That's Just Laban, Suxy, and Renji SW. Our rival champions were the Griffins of the Birdcage, and that'll be Blizzy, Cobb, and a Hot Jackson. Veteran champions were the Cracked Seas with Jordan 1377, iDunk, and Riddle. Our elite champions were the Brilliant Bees of Alphabet Soup with Draxus, Skillar, and Spike. And then our premier champions were the Amazing A's of Alphabet Soup with Fusion Bleach, Skullsy9, and General Zippy. So congrats once again to all our champions. Great season. I know you guys are proud of your season. I know your management's proud of your season. I think that everyone is satisfied and happy with how the season went, and just I think great job overall. Once again, congrats to our champions. And with that, we will be wrapping up. Strut, do you have any final?
To all the players, the GMs, the AGMs that put in the hard work. Everybody does this on their own, and it's just a great place to play Rocket League and a great environment to make friends and play Rocket League. I'd also like to take a minute to shout out to Anthony for making all the graphics for the stream tonight. He did a really good job of putting all that together, so thanks go out to him as well. For me, I've had a great time in RSC, and I appreciate everybody, the friendships and things like that we've gained along the way. And that's all I got, Tux.
Yeah, well, I guess the last things I have to say is, congrats to everyone. It's a wonderful league. Everyone who makes it work, all the admins, all the general managers, all the staff, our transactions committee, our stats committee, numbers committee, often people who go unthanked because they're a little less in the public eye. But without them, we would not be able to run this league at all. The admins wouldn't be able to do it. No one is able to do it on their own. This is a volunteer-run league, and everyone contributes who's on staff and is the reason that we're able to keep it running. All the way from transactions to media to stats to numbers. So, thank you to all the staff who keeps this thing running. Of course, thank you to the players for playing and signing up and giving us a reason to do it. Thank you, of course, to Anthony. What?
Well, he wanted to point out that Wovia made the templates. We need to thank her too.
Yes, and so Huvian made the templates. Yes, that is the thing. So Anthony put them together in terms of putting the logos in and doing it for this season, but Huvian helped us not only refresh our graphics a little bit for the end of season, but helped make it easier on Anthony by designing it in such a way that Anthony would have a much easier time of doing them in Photoshop and putting them together. Before, it was quite a tedious process. It was a bit of a team effort, and I know Anthony and the other admins appreciate the work that Huvian did to to make their life easier. So, and of course, Juvian does a lot for media and a lot for the league. And I mean, I guess that just gives me a chance to circle back to thanking staff in general. You know, as the committee head of media for the last 2 seasons, you know, I've seen how important staff is and how important dedicated volunteers are to this league, and just keeping it running. So if you are someone who has free time or skills or something and wishes to see this league grow and improve, the only real way to do that is to commit some time as a volunteer to a committee. And I'm sure all of the committees would love to have some help of people who are dedicated and interested, you know. So I'd recommend reaching out, applying to some committees, just putting in your time and helping make this a better place, because we can always use more people and we're always shorthanded. And we appreciate, you know, all the appreciation we get from the players. And I think we just, you know, we always want to see more people getting more involved in the league. So, and also with that, you know, not to make it about myself, but since it is kind of a media thing right now, I will be stepping down as media committee head for Threes. I don't know who will be taking over, but you know, good luck to them. I'm sure I'll still be around